Before we begin, just a quick note. This podcast is produced by qualified financial professionals and is intended to share general information and insights to help expats better understand common financial topics. However, everyone's circumstances are different and regulations can vary by country, so nothing discussed should be taken as personal financial, tax, or investment advice. If you're considering making financial decisions based on anything covered in this episode, we recommend seeking professional advice tailored to your individual situation.
You're listening to Expert Money Matters with me, Georgina. At Chase Buchanan, our goal is to provide total clarity in an uncertain global landscape. To help you stay connected and updated wherever you are, we've adapted our weekly market update email into this convenient audio format. Here is your update for the 22nd of April 2026.
Good morning or good afternoon. We are now entering week 8 of the conflict in Iran, navigating what one strategist has aptly described as the fog of ceasefire. Over the last few days, we have seen a period characterized by a distinct sense of FOMOP, or the fear of missing out on peace. With headlines careering from imminent truce to sudden re-escalation, there remains a significant amount of risk in the air. On the economic front, we have reached a critical juncture. Cargoes that began their journey out of the Gulf, just as hostilities broke out, have now arrived at their destinations. As a result, the risk of physical supply shortages is beginning to have a much more tangible impact on global markets. Optimism regarding the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz surged briefly at the start of the week, following news that Iran's foreign minister had declared the waterway completely open for commercial vehicles. However, that optimism was short-lived. While 11 oil tankers initially passed through, the flow dropped back to zero by Sunday after the US boarded an Iranian-flagged vessel. With the current ceasefire scheduled to end today, Wednesday, the lack of confirmation regarding the next round of talks, coupled with heightened rhetoric from President Trump, means the situation remains incredibly fluid. To borrow from our trusted strategist's latest update, the diplomacy around the US-Iran conflict has moved into a compressed execution phase. This is a point where deal-making intent and operational risk are colliding in real time. Diplomacy is accelerating because the disruption is now becoming too economically and politically costly for all parties to ignore. While the deployment of senior envoy Stephen Witkoff lends credibility to the negotiations, internal fractures within Iran's command structure raise the constant threat of independent military actions breaking the peace. From a market perspective, this suggests that the status quo will not persist. We are at a fork in the road. Things will likely get significantly better or a lot worse. Consequently, we should remain prepared for further bouts of volatility. Away from the geopolitical theatre, the first quarter reporting season is off to a strong start. Early data shows that 88% of the reporting S&P 500 constituents have beaten bottom-line expectations. While financials have led the way so far, we are beginning to see a much broader picture of corporate health as the week progresses. Turning to recent market performance, Asia has shown resilience while UK and European markets have traded with a degree of caution. US indices have seen some consolidation this week, which is to be expected after both the S&P and NASDAQ reached fresh all-time highs only last week. In commodities, oil has been trading around the $95 mark, while gold has eased slightly to roughly $4,800 an ounce. As we move through the remainder of the week, we will be looking for more concrete clues regarding global economic activity following the onset of this conflict.
And that wraps up this week's Market Snapshot. If you'd prefer to get the information before it's published here, you can sign up for the update directly on our website. Just visit chasebuchanan.com and subscribe and get the update delivered straight to your inbox, giving you a head start on the week. Thanks for listening to Expert Money Matters. I'm Georgina. Join us next time as we explore money matters for your life abroad.